Hey, good morning and welcome to Science. My name is Miss Chumley and I'm so excited to have you join us. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information, but I do want to give you just a little bit of insight into what our class looks like and then kind of what we're doing and where I'd really appreciate you starting. We're kind of right in the middle of a transition within our unit, so it's kind of perfect timing. We just had a quiz last Thursday, so I'm gonna have you start with our Friday stuff and then kind of move forward with us this week, and we'll just kind of check in a little bit later in the week during our once a week time, and we'll just get you going. So welcome to RHS. Here is what our Schoology page looks like, and I'd be interested to know if you've used Schoology or not before. But as far as science goes, on the days you're doing your learning at home, you're going to want to start here in updates. Okay, so this is kind of the home page that comes to light when you log in. We want to go to updates, and what I've been doing is posting an update every single day. So if you scroll down, you're going to see all the updates from earlier this year. And like I said, I'm going to have you start with what we did on Friday. So when you're watching this, you'll probably see Monday up top. So you'll just kind of have to go down to Friday. And it's always kind of formatted like this. So it'll say e-learning activities. So what I need you to do for the day, maybe something to turn in. And then office hours is just a reminder about how to get a hold of me. So you can send me a message through this program, Schoology, any time of the day, or you can pop on to a Zoom time anytime again during the day, and we can connect in a conversation too. And then just a little heads up to what's coming up. So once you've checked out the update, then you want to go to this materials here. And you can always check out our weekly plan. And again, there's a whole bunch of past weeks. We're looking at this current week. And what we're doing is working on Newton's laws. So we're doing a little bit of physics. Friday, we started with some notes for Newton's laws, so I'll show you those. And then I'm going to have you roll into what we're doing this week. But this gives you a layout of what assignments we're working on. So what you can look for in Schoology, this is what they're called. And then things that might need to get turned in for the day. So all of those, like this says, can be found in Newton's Laws assignments. So back to our normal page, this Newton's Laws folder here at the bottom. When you open that up, one of the options is here, assignments. And you pop in here, and you can see all the assignments that we've done so far have a name, and then also have the date that they were assigned on that weekly plan calendar. So if you ever needed to work backwards, which we'll kind of see how far backwards we have to go, that just gives us a clue, and it also helps us know, what order to do things in. So this week starts, of course, 10:5. I'm going to have you start here on this 10:2, Newton's first law notes, so you get some background about what we're doing. In each assignment that you open, I usually have an attachment and then directions for it. And typically the first part of the directions is to put that attachment into an app called Notability. And again, this is a question I have for you. How much have you used Notability before? But the way we push it into that is we open it up here, just basically a digital worksheet, and we want to go to this Out button. So we want to send that. Notability should be one of your top apps to send it to. And then typically we will create a new note. Now I've already done that, and so going back to the directions, once it's in Notability, then there's a notes video. So it's me giving some information to help you fill out that worksheet. It's typically a fill in the blank type of situation, and then on the right hand side we really practice with that material as we go. And then this particular assignment has some practice problems that go with it, and then there's also a key posted There's also a key posted so that you can check your stuff as you're kind of finishing up. And that's a super important part of our class because, you know, we're only together and checking in 1 day a week. So it's super key that you use those extra videos. And, you know, it's not always the most exciting, but that's really what we have to do to make sure that we've really grasped the information. So you check that out, and then you can always reach out to me, either message or on Zoom or during our once a week together, and we can kind of hash some of that out. So for this first one, we've got those into Notability. Here's what we like to do then in class is we can go split screen on the iPad, so we can take our Notability app and bring it all the way over here till we get this black screen, and now we go side by side. So that way we can have the notes available here, and I can go then to the notes video on my Schoology side. Should open up a YouTube. Oh. Maybe I want to do that after this. So here we go. Now I'm in YouTube. I want to open up my Notability on the other half. Perfect. And a stylus is one of the things that a lot of students have been getting this year to really help them with these notes on the iPad. And some students even print these out at home, which is great. If that is a resource you have available, do it. That's totally up to you. So you play the video on this side, and if I just kind of fast forward here just to kind of show you one of the screens, it looks like this. So as you're going through, you're going to be filling in the blanks, right? So this law also says an object at rest will, and then I fill in the rest, stay at rest unless acted on by an unbalanced force And we talked a lot in class the first couple weeks just about how important it is that we're watching the videos, hitting play and listening to them versus just kind of clicking through. So we're getting all of the parts. And that really brings in this right-hand side over here, because throughout the notes, I'll say pause and answer the questions over here, or pause and record this example, pause, draw this diagram. So it's super important that you're listening as well as following along. Typically, we'll end our notes then with some summary questions and some possible practice. So summary questions are just taking right from the notes and kind of looking at some of the key things. You're not writing your own summary, you're just essentially coming up with some answers to some prominent parts of the notes, okay? So again, this was last Friday's assignment, so it would be super great if you started out with this one, Newton's First Law notes, and then you can jump right into with us this week on Monday with checking out some demonstrations about it, doing your own, hopefully, demonstration, and then we're jumping into the second law towards the end of the week. The other big thing that we have on the calendar this week happens on Wednesday. So we typically have two things happening on Wednesdays. One is we're turning in something called learning targets, and I'd really just like to talk to you about those next week, just so we don't get too overwhelmed here. But one thing I would like you to try this week is something called our homework check. So homework checks are basically a pop quiz that you know about, directly related to our notes and our practices, and you get to use your notes on them. Okay, so on Wednesday, when everybody's learning from home, this will become available, and you then can use your notes from Friday that we just looked at, plus these demonstration ideas, and answer these couple questions just to kind of get an idea of what this topic is about, and maybe in the future what those questions might look like as we approach a lab or a quiz or a test. Okay, So that's what I'd really like you to do to kind of get this week started. And then we can connect a little bit later in the week and during our once a week together, and just kind of see what's working, what questions that you have. And certainly please reach out to me on message. Here is how to get a message to me. Sorry, I did that kind of fast. So I'm working up here in this menu. Right here, messages. You can always just go to the plus and start a new message. You can see I've got a bunch from some students and asking some stuff, even from the weekend, which I love. And so here we are. Just start typing my name. I don't know if it'll pop up because I'm in my own. Yeah, there it is. Jennifer Chumley. And once it turns blue, you know the address is set to go. And you can just let me know, hey, I finished this. I'm starting this, but I'm confused. Or just, kind of check back in with me. So I'm super excited for you to be here and kind of get started with us. And I look forward to talking to you really soon. Thank you.